Hello everyone, welcome to StudyIQ English. In the news right now is the Malabar exercise and the quadrilateral dialogue. A very important UPSC topic from the perspective of GS Paper 2, International Relations, as well as GS Paper 3, Defense and Technology. Now, talking about how Australia has just now joined India, Japan and US in the ongoing multilateral naval exercise called Malabar 2025, once again it highlights the cooperation between these four partners. Cooperation towards interoperability, military and defense exchange, cooperation as well as ultimately promoting a more transparent and law and order based Indo-Pacific area. So now quickly let's have a look at Malabar. How the exercise started and how today the broader aim is to promote some kind of defense cooperation in the Indo-Pacific against Chinese aggressive expansionist foreign policy, especially in the maritime domain. Now, looking at Malabar, an exercise that began back in 1992. So it all started in 1992 as a bilateral naval exercise between India and the US Navy. Let's remember the first Malabar took place in the Bay of Bengal in 2007. After these milestones, it was expanded to a trilateral format when Japan became a member back in 2015. So right now, as you and I are talking about exercise Malabar, 2015 is in the news in a very big way. Every day, all the time, the news, the media is talking about 2015. So can you tell me quickly why is 2015 being repeated over and over? What exactly is happening right now? I'll give you a hint. It's with respect to climate. It's with respect to reduction in carbon emission. What event is taking place right now which is so closely rooted to 2015? Do let me know in the comment box. A fun way of remembering current affairs. So now the exercise became trilateral when Japan came in back in 2015. Yes, it was in 2020 that Australia once again resumed its active participation by joining the Malabar exercise, and now it became a quadrilateral naval exercise. No wonder it is associated with the Quad dialogue, the quadrilateral dialogue. Now, this exercise takes place typically annually in the Indian Ocean and Pacific Oceans in an alternate format. And today it has evolved as a very important multilateral event. What is the aim? As I just said, the aim is to promote interoperability. That's one. So, for example, if you are writing an answer about Quad, if you were writing an answer about Malabar in UPSC mains, remember three key agendas. One, of course, is interoperability. That has to be improved. Second, mutual understanding between these four countries. Third, addressing maritime challenges and security problems in the Indo-Pacific and the Indian Ocean. And we all know when we say that, we are indirectly hinting towards China's presence in these areas. Recently, China had a spat, a conflict associated with Philippines near the Scarborough Shoal. A little before that, similar situation was also reported from areas near Taiwan. So you know that Indo-Pacific, South China, Indian Ocean, all these are key areas of defense today. And then in this background, Malabar is very important. Now, Indian naval ship INS Sahyadri. Just remember the name. It is Indian naval ship INS Sahyadri that has now reached Guam. It has reached the region where the exercise will be taking place for participating in Malabar. And when we talk about INS Sahyadri, it is indigenously constructed. It has been made in India, once again reminding us of Atmanirbhar Bharat. It is a guided missile stealth frigate. A guided missile stealth frigate from India. The ship, yes, it's an example of Atmanirbhar Bharat because earlier also, it is INS Sahyadri that has participated in various exercises as well as operational deployments. So today, the picture of INS Sahyadri stands tall here. A very good reminder of India's mission to become Atmanirbhar. And when you talk about how INS Sahyadri is now going to participate in Malabar, just today it has reached Guam. So if this is Philippines, you can see here, that's Papua New Guinea, that was also in the news 2 days before. Why was in the news? Why Papua New Guinea was in the news? Can anybody remind me? Why was India and Papua New Guinea in the news? Can anybody give me an answer in the comment box? Here comes Australia. Here is Guam. So that's exactly where INS Sahyadri has reached now. So now the exercise Malabar, like most other exercises, will happen in 2 phases. The first phase is always called as the harbour phase, and the second is known as the sea phase. The harbour phase is all about discussion, collaboration, interaction, while the sea phase is the applied practical phase where the military, the naval exercises start operating at the sea. So when you look at the harbour phase, it will be about planning and discussion, exchanging technological ideas, communication, familiarizing the partners about visit between nations, and also looking at sports fixtures. So this will be a passive phase. But when you look at the sea phase of Malabar 2025, here the ships and the aircraft will take part in military drills. They will take part in focusing on fleet operations, anti-submarine warfare, gunnery serials and flying operations. All of these taken from important news channels combined together. That's making news right now. And now on that note, talking about the quadrilateral dialogue, the key participants being India, Japan, Australia, US. All these together is a group of countries which aim at promoting a more transparent and more justice-based Indo-Pacific area, because quadrilateral security dialogue is a strategic forum that comprises these 4 countries. The objective: promoting regional security, economic cooperation, especially, as I said, where? Indo-Pacific. Now, the 4 countries also share a common interest in maintaining free and open Indo-Pacific, which can abide by the rules under UNCLOS, United Nations Convention on Laws of the Sea. That's the greater idea here. The idea behind making the Quad was initially given by Japanese Prime Minister Mr. Shinzo Abe. Mr. Shinzo Abe was the man who pioneered the concept of Quad. He gave the idea of a proposal to create the Quad, and eventually the Quad was created first in 2007 in the form of a meeting that took place on the sidelines of the ASEAN meeting. Right? So ASEAN was also in the news right now. Do not forget 2026 India-ASEAN Maritime Cooperation. Now ASEAN also added a new member to itself. It has expanded its membership in 2025. So which new country has become the member of ASEAN? Do let me know in the comment box. Very important to link and remember all these events for exam. And now talking about Quad again. Yes, it is a platform to discuss, to solve common challenges faced by Indo-Pacific region. To talk about more security in the light of China's increasing influence, the string of pearls policy of China, of expanding the BRI initiative, and also of following an imaginary 9-dash line and constantly exerting its influence in various islands, littoral states in the Indo-Pacific. So that's the larger idea. Now quickly the question. Consider the following statements regarding Quad and Malabar. 1. The quadrilateral security dialogue consists of India, US, Japan, Australia. The aim is to focus on promoting open, inclusive Indo-Pacific. 2. The Malabar exercise is a multilateral exercise that has evolved with the Quad countries held every year. It focuses solely on anti-submarine warfare. And 3. The Malabar exercise enhances interoperability, joint operations among navies, maritime security cooperation, solves the problem of regional challenges like freedom of navigation, humanitarian assistance. Which of these statements do you think is or are true? And do keep answering the questions that I ask you, because when you link the current affairs with each other, you do remember them for a long time. And for those students who are appearing for UPSC 2026, a great opportunity is waiting for you, because a sale that is offering you only at 4999 a throwaway price. It is offering you intensive training as a crash course for UPSC Prelims 2026. So we announced the November batch today, but this sale, this attractive price will only be valid before 15th, because on 15th the sale is going to end. So if anybody is really looking passionately to clear the UPSC prelims, including the GS paper 1 and the CSAT thoroughly, then join us today through this sale and make sure you get professional mentorship and guidance by using code SPLIVE. It's just a click away for you. For those who are preparing for 2027, an equally attractive offer at 18,999 for all GS courses, because this also is beginning as November evening batch, English Hindi bilingual also. Sale is ending 15th November. Use code SPLIVE for the same. Similarly, 2028 also at a price of 32,999. What you get is all the GS courses, CSAT. Yes, you get essay writing, answer writing and a thorough guidance. Okay. So all of this, you can use code SPLIVE to take this offer. Sale ends on 15th November. So thank you so much.